Coming off a solid home opener win over Brookline, the Raiders baseball team would face another Bay State Conference opponent, the Dedham Marauders, on Wednesday at Sprague. No score, bottom of first, leadoff hitter is Jack Dolan, who gets on base with a hard-hit double. And 1 out later, Cosmo Ferrante's fly ball drops just past the diving reach of Dedham's Ronnie Pucci, scoring Dolan and getting Wellesley first on the board, 1-0. Top of the second, though, runners on second and third and 1 out. Marauders tie it up here on this force-out play by Matt Kelly that scores a run in. Next at bat, Anthony Gilardi knocks in yet another with an RBI single up the middle, and Dedham takes a 2-1 lead. Raiders near Liebenthal, though, stops any more damage, getting John Hassenfuss to strike out looking to end the inning. Wellesley goes on to tie it up in the bottom half of the second when freshman Taylor Beckett smokes an RBI single up the middle, scoring Andrew Lindquist. Yeho Gim then grounds out to third, but Matt Kelly's throw sails high, and Gim advances to second on the error. That mistake allows Beckett to score, putting Raiders back on top 3-2. Ross Brannigan's RBI double drives in yet another run, and we head into the third, Raiders with a 2-run lead, 4-2. Same story once again, bottom fourth, Marauders defense continues to be shaky, as a pop-up to left by Jack Dolan is misplayed by shortstop Kyle Wynn, and that allows Yeho Gim to score all the way from second, extending Wellesley's lead 5-2. Top of the fifth, Taylor Hempstead comes in on relief for the Raiders and is outstanding, setting the Marauders down 1-2-3, and then striking out the side, all looking in the sixth. Dedham does make things a little more interesting here in the top of the eighth with bases loaded, 2 out, and the go-ahead run at the plate. But Wellesley's Owen Wall throws the heat, and Kyle Wynn goes down looking. Wellesley holds on to win their third game of the season as they beat Dedham to the final score of 5-2, getting all the runs they needed early on and finishing strong. On to boys lacrosse. After losing to their rivals, the Needham Rockets, last Tuesday, Wellesley was more than ready to get back on track in a Herget Division matchup with the first-place Walpole Rebels on Friday. And Raiders get right down to business here, literally 12 seconds into the game. Tucker Dietrich finds Kerry Line open for a quick score and 1-0 lead. Quickly downfield yet again, Tucker Dietrich this time keeps it himself and whips it corner net, doubling the lead 2-0. Later still in the first frame, Walpole's Tom DeCalagero gets things going for the Rebels as he finds Patrick Baker open. His shot glances off Tim Rahill's goalie stick and into the net. Walpole's down 4-1. And that would remain the score. As we head into the second, Walpole brings the intensity when after quick goals by Sean Donnelly and Mark Knighton puts Walpole only down 4-3. And with plenty of time on the clock, for the moment, it's a ball game here at Sprague. But Raiders do not cave under pressure as Matt Jama kickstart a 5-0 run by Wellesley that leaves Rebels goalie Andrew Blood dizzy with frustration. And we go into halftime, Wellesley leading 9-3. Third quarter, great ball movement here by the Raiders continues to shine through as goals by Jack Vanderveld and John Caraviello help add to an already big lead. And we head into the final frame, Raiders up 12-3. And so Rebels try desperately to get some offense going and to get back to the intensity that they had in the second quarter. And for the moment, they do just that. On this play here, Sean Donnelly with the perfect pass sets up Luke O'Neill for a quick stick goal and the team's fourth of the game. But Wellesley's goalie Tim Rahill keeps the Rebels in check as his solid defense in net throughout the second half never allows the Rebels to mount any sort of comeback. And all the Raiders have to do is eat up the clock here in the fourth, and after adding 3 more goals, the Raiders coast to a 15-4 victory over Walpole, outscoring the Rebels 11-1 in the last 3 frames as they go to 3-2 and remain unbeaten at home. And finally, for girls softball, after a few weather-related postponements, the Raiders were finally able to play their home opener at Lee Field on Monday afternoon. For Wellesley, though, the tough challenges continued to build, as not only would they be facing an unbeaten Norwood Mustangs team, but would also have to compete without their captain, Julia Gagosian, who was injured in pregame warm-ups. And so the Mustangs come out in the first, ready to show exactly why they are undefeated, quickly getting on board first with an RBI single by Aaron Garzinski and another RBI this time by Taylor Reed, and it's already 2-0 Norwood. Karen Shea brings home Reed 1 out later with a run-scoring double, and the Raiders are already down by 3 before even getting up to bat. Bottom of the first, Wellesley threatening with a runner on third base until a great heads-up play from catcher Erin Garzinski, whose pickoff throw from her knees gets Samantha Tong, and the Raiders miss a key scoring opportunity. That 3-0 score would remain that way over the next few innings as Sarah Goss is able to settle down, doing what she can to keep her team close. Unfortunately for Wellesley, it's extremely hard to erase any deficit when you have to face a lights-out kind of pitcher like the Mustangs' Katie O'Donnell, who was just superb for Norwood, handcuffing the Raiders' bats through 4 innings. Wellesley, though, is able to finally get a run across home plate as Jess Haar steals home safely, surprising Norwood. But by then, the deficit has climbed to 7-1. Mustangs then put the game well out of reach, adding 8 more runs when lefty Julia Pearl comes to the mound in relief for Sarah Goss. With 2 outs in the 5th, the final out of the inning would be the toughest for Wellesley, as Norwood takes advantage of Pearl's numerous wild pitches. The Mustangs' offense helps add up the score, 15-1. Somewhat good news for Wellesley, though, is that new relief pitcher Cassie Pincharo is on the mound for Norwood. And Alice Rocha immediately welcomes her with a double to center. Next batter, Izzy Blaber, sends Rocha home with back-to-back doubles, makes it 15-2 Mustangs. And that would be the final score as well here at Lee Field, as Norwood's offense jumped out early and never stopped. With the loss, the Raiders fall to 1-3, but will look to get back to 500 with games on Wednesday and Thursday. For this week's Raiders Sports Report, I'm Rebecca Karen.